So hello and thank you for watching this video. Today I have Nicholas and myself and we're going to talk to you about how to write ads that get response. Now that's the trick with all this. It's not just writing ads, we want to get a response.
Yeah.
Just about anyone can write an ad. Very few people can actually get an ad, can write an ad that's going to get people to A, engage, B, to be interested, and C, to get them to take action. So first and foremost, when it comes to writing an ad, what Nicholas and I want to chat to you about today is how to have a hook on your ad. And a hook is essentially just like the analogy when it comes to fishing. You want to have the right hook so you can, you know, to a certain extent, you can tell I don't fish, but but to a certain extent, if your hook is too big, it won't attract the right fish. If your hook is too small, it won't be able to hook the fish. So this is important because this is what gets people to take action.
Yeah.
And then the bait. The bait is also the critical component, and that is of course different for everybody. And just like fish, some fish will be interested in a certain amount of bait or a certain type of bait, and others will be interested in another type of bait. Same as your clients or your prospects that you're trying to appeal to.
Yeah.
These people will relate and respond differently to different baits. Now, the last part is the cliffhanger, which is what gets people to take action, get them off the web and into your pipeline. So let's zoom in into the hook and let's talk more about the hook and what it entails. So basically, when it comes to a hook, you need to think about how am I going to stop my prospects from scrolling through their feeds or looking at an ad on Google AdWords. It could be an ad on LinkedIn. So these people are just navigating. They're not proactively looking, to say the least. Because when there's 20 businesses that you're mixed amongst, then to get noticed is a lot harder.
Yeah.
So when writing or when preparing to write your ads, you need to start thinking about your hook. What's going to catch them off guard?
Yeah. What's
going to make these people stop in their tracks and say, I need to stop and pay attention to this. So what we've done is that we've put together, well, we actually haven't put anything together. We've collected a number of ads that Nicholas and I have audited, and we're going to show you some of those as an example in a minute. But one thing we want to start getting you to think about is this is the eye stopper. This is what's going to get people to pay attention. And I guess later when you see the examples, you're going to start getting an idea of what that's all about.
Yeah.
But as I said to you before, the hook is going to be different for all different type of prospects. Don't ever think that one hook does all, and that's the biggest mistake that businesses make. They think, okay, this is going to be a killer ad for all of my prospects, and I'm good as gold.
Yeah.
That does not happen. So, Nicholas, tell us about the bait and why the bait is important.
So I guess the bait is pretty much the incentive of why that customer should come and shop at your store. So like we were saying before, the bait's going to be different for every type of person. Some people will interact with certain types of incentive or bait. And it's good to change it up and see how people are interacting and which types of bait or incentives you can apply with your ads that generate you the good number of leads. So what we've got here is it's critical, which it sort of re-emphasizes the hook that you have at the top of the ad or the main part of your ad. So like we said, it's not desirable for all prospects, and it's the best way to get the right attention. It's to focus on the prospect's problem and how the product helps solve that problem. And we've spoken about this in a few videos before. It's great to leverage off the problem that you can solve. That's what's going to get people to jump onto the ad straight away.
Well said, well said. So problem is number one. That's where we go majority of the times, because then we know we're going to get people's attention. Because if you've got a let's just say in Nicholas' case, he's just getting some physio work done to his knee because he's got some problems, rah rah rah. If he sees an ad that says you can't restore your knee back to its original state, that's going to get his attention.
Yeah.
And then if the physiotherapist says, I've got 5 or 6 secrets to share with you on how you can do some exercises at home, so you can do some reconditioning work, that's going to get his attention.
Yeah, and you can play on both sides. So like Sebastian was just saying, if the physio said you can't get your knee back to its full extent, that's playing on the worst outcome that the customer would have. And then he obviously lightens it up with saying he's got these fixes that will solve the problem.
Excellent,
yeah.
Excellent. So last one is the cliffhanger. And this is where you're going to see in a minute when we show you an example of how people go about dropping a cliffhanger. So just imagine this, right? TV, watch your TV show, any show you watch, Game of Thrones, all of your shows on TV, any Netflix show, when it gets to the end of the show, they never end it in a conclusion. They always end it in the highest peak of the show.
With a big question mark.
With a big question mark. And that's what we call in marketing a cliffhanger. There's just a big dip.
Yeah.
So it leaves you hanging to watch more, to think about, hey, when's the next show coming up?
Yeah.
And you're going to see how smart advertisers drop the ball and leave you hanging. To learn more, you have to visit our website.
Yeah.
To gain access to this, you have to visit our website. To download this, you need to visit our website. So that's what our job is with this last part, is to get people to take action.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of you will take a lot of benefit from this. So maybe let's just go and let's just show them some of these examples.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll minimize this, and we're going to show you, this is the original. This is an ad that's been showing up quite often on, I think this is pretty much all over the web. We've seen it on Facebook, we've seen it on most display networks. So this is a great ad, Metricon. We can almost imagine who's running these ads, right? But let's just say this company, Metricon, is running these ads. When you look at this, you think, okay, breaking news. Anything that's a breaking news or breaking or trying to alert you to something is going to stop you in your tracks, because you're already conditioned by watching the news that anytime breaking news, something happens, we need to listen, we need to pay attention. So this is great. Then it's telling you, pay attention if you are aware of this population issue. We're approaching 5 million. It's oversaturated Melbourne. If you're thinking about moving, then
move to the coast.
Move to the coast. So let's go to the one we just audited. So this is your hook. The hook is people that are living in Melbourne and they feel as though, it's saturated. They can't get to work on time. They're sick of paying the high Melbourne prices. They just don't like the weather anymore.
Sick of paying for a vehicle and sitting in traffic.
Sick of paying for a vehicle. Yeah, move to the coast. That's the hook. The hook is they've given you something to pay attention to. Now, if you respond to this, and this is why this is good, if you respond to this and you click on this, it's because you could see yourself making that move.
Or you can see yourself having those problems that you're being saturated within the Melbourne market. So it hits you on both fronts, which is really good.
Correct,
yeah.
Correct. You can put yourself in the shoes of this person and say, hey, I've got these 4 or 5 problems and this is talking to me directly.
Yeah.
So that's where that is really good. Now, the cliffhanger. Attention people in Melbourne looking to move to the Gold Coast or to the coast. If you've been thinking of, right, there's that cliffhanger, then click here. Now, that's okay, it's not great. I know the agency that's running this, so I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but the cliffhanger it's mediocre. It's just repeating what you saw here. So it's not really giving me an incentive to learn more, but it is still a cliffhanger.
It is, yeah.
So What do we identified here, Nick? We said that they don't have a bait.
They don't really have a bait, no. And what we've identified is they could have put something in there like a guide or a white paper to help people make that transition from what to look out for when they're going to have a look at properties on the coast.
Exactly.
See where to look, what are the hot spots, where the pricing may be a bit lower at that point, and they could have had a complete white paper on that to get people to sign up, and that's how they could have built their funnel that way.
And then they could have said to download this white paper, click on this button, and it takes you to the landing page, and that's your cliffhanger.
There it is.
So yeah, it's okay. It's not a bad hook, but you know there's missing pieces to it. Let's open the next one, Nick. Okay, this guy is obviously very clever when it comes to marketing. He's good at a lot of things, and obviously writing ads is one of his fortes. Now, what most entrepreneurs overlook in their business. Now, this is excellent because a lot of business owners, they want to know, what am I overlooking?
What am I overlooking? It could be a number of things.
Could be a number of
Could
things.
be anything.
Could be anything.
Yeah. And that's why it's left open to interpretation.
And that's why it's a great hook.
Yeah.
It's because it's hooking the people that you want, and in this case, he wants business owners.
Yeah.
Genius. Everything is made up of building blocks. Understanding the building blocks is the key, right? And these guys, very clever. Everything made up of building blocks. What's he saying there?
He's making up some sort of language that he's trying to get you to understand, but you won't because it's his form of telling you what he wants.
Exactly. So let's go to the next one, and we're going to reveal what he's done here. So he's basically done two things. He's got the hook, and then he's left this here, as Nick said, open to interpretation.
Yeah.
And the interpretation could be twofold. Number one is that these building blocks, only he knows what they are. So in that is a bait.
Yeah.
So he's secretly hid a bait in there, and he's obviously got, if you want to find out more, understand more about these building blocks, come and download the report or wherever it is. Come visit the website.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger. Absolutely good. We love it. And we do a very similar thing.
Yeah.
With our pillars.
Yeah.
Great. So let's go to the next one. Okay. Absolute must read for all property investors. Again, absolute genius. If you're a property investor, you're going to want to read it.
Must read.
Must read.
Must read.
Do not invest another dollar into property until you read this after helping to transform. This is a bit, it's questionable. We'll go to the next slide, which I reveal the audit. But if you have a look, I'll let you audit this one, Nick.
Yeah, so obviously the headline being absolute must read for all is the hook there. It's getting all property investors interested in that, and who doesn't like something that you need to or must get your hands on. And then he's got the cliffhanger, or he or she's got the cliffhanger, do not invest another dollar into the property market until you read this. And they've left it open, but like we said before, they could have put some sort of a better bait in there.
Yeah.
Instead of just the download. What are we downloading exactly? And we've got here, download this report that reveals the 5 secrets, because it's a must read. The secrets does flow into that very well.
Ties into it.
5 secrets to investing in high demand suburbs that have low vacancy rates, and that's perfect.
Low vacancy rates.
Yeah.
Good idea. And yeah, that is missing a key component.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go to the next. Okay, so this next ad, what we're going to see is these two people that have tried to say that if you're interested in learning more about this distressed market, you need to register for this event.
Yeah.
Now, there's quite a bit going on here, so I might get you to look at the ones that we audited.
Yep.
Now, this is questionable. This is obviously the hook, how to purchase Melbourne distressed property up to 40% below market value. Now, everybody would want to know that if you're interested in purchasing property in Melbourne. Now, the cliffhanger is obviously, are you looking to get into property investment or increase your portfolio? Questionable. because he's got the word imagine there, I said, fine, let's give him a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But it's not really forcing me to take action.
No.
This here could be argued that that's the bait,
Yeah.
the live event,
And complimentary tickets.
and complimentary tickets. But I think they could have done a lot better if maybe they had
Spots available.
spots available, limited spots available, and they probably had some handout notes to give you before the event.
One show only.
One show only. The headline is by far very powerful. I won't argue that. But you know, some minor tweaks here or there. I think this could have been a lot stronger. But congratulations to these guys for having all three of these components in there.
Yep.
We'll go to the next one, Nick. Okay, now again, that breaking news, right?
Which is great.
It's great. It's going to get your attention, and we know who's doing this, and they're just replicating this all across.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it. So 85% of Aussies are being cheated on their home loans. I mean, let's just
Applies to everyone, really.
applies to everyone that's got a home loan.
Yeah.
So former senior banking insider blows the whistle of mortgage industry cover-up. Again, we've seen this with a famous internet marketer that's blowing the lid on Google.
Yeah.
So I can leave that to your imagination. Let's go to the one we audited. Well, there was no audit there, was it? Well, let's just do it.
So.
Let's just do it live. Okay, so let's have a look. The breaking news could be argued that it's a hook,
Yeah.
right? Or it could even be argued that it's a bait, because he's a former banker, reveals.
Yeah.
So that's almost a bait. Like, how often would you come across somebody that's gonna give you inside knowledge of the banking system?
Yeah, especially in the banking system.
So that could be both a hook or a bait.
Yeah, which is great because it works as both. Yeah.
Correct. And the fact that he says secrets to erase mortgage, now that's powerful bait.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to argue with that. This here is by far a solid hook. 85% of Aussies are being cheated on their home loans. You know, it's going to get people's attention. And this, okay, former senior banking insider blows the whistle on mortgage industry cover-up. I think they probably could have done a little bit better.
Yep.
Video reveals, white paper reveals,
Yeah.
download this report, whatever. We're having a chat to the former banker, and we're going to blow the lid off whatever it is that he knows.
Yeah.
So extremely powerful. Good on the guys that did that. We'll go to the next ad.
I just want to
Yeah.
pop in before we go to the next one, and the design as well with the red. They got the breaking news here, and then it ties in with these red sirens that they've got there as well, which is definitely bait for the eyes as well.
Correct.
As you're scrolling through, you're definitely going to stop just
So
because
yeah,
we're covered it.
this video doesn't go into design, but you raised a very good point. When you look at these, design is key because they made it look like Channel 9, Channel 7, whatever it is. It just looks authentic.
Yeah.
It looks like an authoritative piece.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, I have to pay attention to it.
And it comes from the
Jones Financial Group.
so
Wow.
it
Must be
re-emphasises the piece. which
Yeah,
is really good.
exactly. This is key. You know, anytime you can have a business that ties to the piece
Yeah.
of the ad,
Okay.
very, very, very powerful. Okay, so again, these guys are doing really well. They're all over the place, and they're making a statement. And their statement is that they have wealth secrets.
Yeah.
And let's probably go to the one we audited.
Just double check.
No.
That's where that one.
That's where that one was, so we'll forget about that one. Yep, there it is. So, wealth secrets on the book, that's your hook.
Yeah.
And get your wealth secrets today. for $6.95. That's your bait.
Seems too good to be true.
Seems to be too good to be true. Just pay $6.95 for shipping and handling. Grab your physical copy of Wealth Secrets today. Just $6.95. Okay, so what do we said here? Basically,
that's re-emphasizing, I think, both of these pieces up here, which they could have done a better job.
Me personally, I didn't think they needed to.
Yeah.
The fact that they got Wealth Secrets there, that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting. That's the hook and the bait. Get the Wealth Secret today for free.
How quickly can you get it?
Yeah, that's what I went for. I said, okay, so simply pay the $6.95 and download it in less than 3 minutes, less than 5 minutes. So you can visualize yourself doing that.
Yeah.
And that would have been an awesome cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not bad. Okay, so we didn't audit this one, but I just wanted to throw this in there just to show you how much this breaking news is getting around. Same financial group. He's gone with a different spin on it.
Yeah.
It's not the insider secrets anymore. This is the secret to building a wealth through investing.
Yeah.
He's probably going to run a workshop or a seminar or something of that nature, and then this could be argued that this is your hook, because everyone wants to know what a lazy tax is.
Yeah.
Again, very powerful because they're making up words.
Yeah.
They're capitalizing on these terms that they can then own, because let's face it, what's the lazy tax?
Exactly.
Back in the day, you don't know this, there was this thing we used to call Google stupid tax.
Yeah.
And it basically meant that any time you ran a Google AdWords campaign and you did it wrong,
yeah,
you were just paying, you're paying Google some stupid tax because you were doing it wrong.
Yeah.
This is what these guys have done.
Yeah.
And we know the agency that's running it, and we know where that comes from. So great, it's good. Anytime you can capitalize on a meaning, on a word, go for it.
Yeah, especially words in your industry, because you've obviously been in that industry for a very long time. You would have made up some words, would have heard some words here and there. And they're words that are the bait at the end of the day that people don't really know about. They want to find out more about.
Correct.
Use them in your ads, yeah.
Well said, well said. Okay, so we'll probably leave it there. We've got another, 4 or 5 to get through.
Yeah.
I think we're getting the point across to you guys really well.
There's a landing page that we can open and show them a full...
Yes, you put together
full
one.
landing page. Yeah, just have to try and find it. It's up there. Could be here.
Yep, try Safari. No. Was it, this is a good one too.
I'll just pop it up here. There it is.
There it is. Do you want to zoom out a bit? No? Okay, well we'll just leave it as it is. I think it's just blown up all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I'll leave this to you, Nicholas, because you're...
Yep, so like we were auditing before, we were auditing some ads that you would see on either your social media profiles or you'd see on Google Ads. But we wanted to give you an example of how a website or a web page or a landing page is doing, or building an ad throughout the page. So first we've got the hook, which is how I've been using simple video ads on YouTube to profitably and predictively generate new leads and customers every single day like clockwork. Obviously they've got a lead gen button here and also bait as well. Yes, I want in, prompting you to take action, which is really good.
The bait is that you want insight, knowledge. You want to know where do I go to get the information that you're promising me on this ad.
Yes. And then if you go down, they actually reveal what you will learn in the training, but I'm guessing there is more to those 4 points that they've got there, which is great bait as well.
Yeah, so I think the key from looking at this is to start getting your head around that it's great that you've written an ad that's gotten people hooked.
Yeah.
It's gotten them to take action on the bait, and then they've taken action with a cliffhanger. But then you need to bring them and you need to continue that story.
Yeah.
You know, you need to continue the story. So in the case of these other guys that had, they're going to reveal insight knowledge of the marketplace, or this banker that's going to reveal, he would need to then continue telling the story.
Yeah, what's he going to reveal?
What's he going to reveal? How's he going to reveal?
Yeah.
What happens next? Do I need to click on a yes, I want in?
Yeah.
Do I need to register for a webinar? Because that's when the sales begins.
Correct.
It doesn't end. Everyone thinks, okay, I've written an ad, I've hooked that person into my website, my job's done. No, this is partially done. You need to go to this level where you continue the conversation, where you get the authority that Nick is talking about, and then bang, like that's it. The page is ended.
Yeah.
Right? It's really like one paragraph, and there's some testimonial. I mean, this guy's got a video up there, but it's not popping up at the moment. But very good, Nick. I think this is key, because it's not enough to just drive people to your website and say my job is done.
Correct.
There's another part to it, and that's another video for another day. I think we'll end it as it is for now.
Yeah.
I guess the takeaway from today's video is, if you're not getting the right person to click on your ad, if you're getting a lot of visitors but not enough conversion, start thinking about what we shared with you earlier, that these is where you need to get to.
Yeah,
you need to get to this level.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting to that level, you're probably attracting the wrong person. You're getting a lot of people clicking on it. They're happy clickers, but they're not taking action.
Yeah.
So there'll be a link below this video, which you can get access to an audit procedure, or I guess service that we render for clients.
Yeah.
And that's an AdWords audit, but that's applicable to any service that you have available, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Google AdWords, whether it be LinkedIn, whatever it is. We're happy to do an audit. We'll review, we'll look at your ads, we'll come to you and we'll give you these breakdowns so that you can see whether you've got the bait, the hook, the cliffhanger in there.
Yeah.
And Nicholas and I will have a look at the campaign entirely. And then we'll come back and say, what's your landing page like? Is your landing page getting that message across?
Does it continue that story?
Does it continue that story? Now, there'll be a link below which you can get access to that. We're running a promotion where we're doing more than 50% off.
Yeah.
Obviously, these things take a lot of time to do them right. And if you're not happy after we give you the report, we're happy to give you your money back.
Yeah, if you don't find that you found anything new or insightful from the audit, then we will happily refund you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about the money for us.
No.
The money that it's showing below, it's more or less just to make sure that you are serious about wanting to do what we're about to invest our time doing.
Correct.
And you believe in what it is that we're sharing with you.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it as that.
Yep.
Maybe next time we'll talk about the landing pages.
Yeah, definitely.
Until next time, thank you for watching and have a great day.